What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG's back. It is time for a brand new transfer talk. Leeds United have been linked with a move for a goalkeeper that I'd be very happy to see at Ellen Road. Also a note on Gus Hamer, Mateo Joseph news as well. So we're going to get straight into this now. No messing about. Because as we discussed yesterday on yesterday's live stream, and if you didn't catch it, please watch the replay. And also what I would say is hit the notification bell so you know whenever I'm going live or uploading a video. But Kelleher has moved to Brentford. Well, it's almost done. He's at the medical stage. Initial fee 12 million, could rise to 18 after performance-related bonuses. Now, we were linked with Kelleher for the longest time. This one is now off the table, so we can forget about this one. What's not off the table is what the Mail are reporting. And Mail have reported again, because I think they've linked us with Nick Pope before recently as well, but it's come up again. Leeds eye move for Newcastle goalkeeper Nick Pope as Magpies renew interest in Burnley's 30 million rated James Trafford. So essentially, if they get James Trafford, Nick Pope will be surplus to requirements. And I will say this, there has been no bigger fan of Nick Pope than me. I'm the one that christened him Sir Nick Pope. Long before I was doing Leeds United content as well, I was on Premier League podcasts and everything else. Just talking up Nick Pope and not understanding why other people couldn't see what I was seeing. Yes, we'll talk about the ball playing skills in a moment, but when you're talking about a solid, consistent goalkeeper, it's right here. It gives me the back in, if some of you will remember back when Shay Given was around, where there would be other goalkeepers that were obviously streets ahead, but Shay Given was no chopped liver. You know what I mean? He was a solid goalkeeper, but he wouldn't get the kudos of other goalkeepers. And I feel that's the same way with Nick Pope. This is a goalkeeper, by the way, that was rivaling the Golden Glove with Edison. All right. And this wasn't when Nick Pope was at Newcastle, competing for Champions League. This is when he was at Burnley. And this is when he was getting clean sheets, not empty calorie clean sheets like Melier gets at this football club in the Championship, where the defensive midfielder helping him out. Nick Pope was making save after save after save. He was integral as to why Burnley survived for so long. And his consistency hasn't got worse through the years. He's still a very, very solid goalkeeper. Admittedly, if you're looking for ball playing skills, he's not the one. And usually I hate when everyone jumps on the thing. When if one person says it, then everyone says it. He's no good playing the ball out with his feet. He's crap with his feet. The truth is he's not very good with his feet. But if you're going to just get him to roll it out to the defense, let him do that. If you're looking at for him to just lump it long into the air, do that. But if you're looking for him to pinpoint a pass, that is not Nick Pope's strength. But what his strength is commanding the ball, shot stopping, high concentration. And this is a goalkeeper, by the way, that's done it at both ends of the table. He's done it in the relegation fight, so he knows that pressure down there. But he's also done it in front of an expectant Newcastle team fighting for Champions League, playing in the Champions League recently as well. So you're talking about a goalkeeper that's got both ends of experience plus England international experience to go with it. For me, this is a no-brainer. He's 33. And if Leeds were to get him, this would be like the perfect short-term fix until we then move on to our next long-term goalkeeper. But if you're talking about having Nick Pope for the next 2 years, that's good stuff. Now, I don't know what the fee would be. I don't know what it would be, but let's just pick a fee out of the air. Yeah, let's just say it's 12 million and maybe goes up to 15 after add-ons. Let's just say that after we survive Premier League, and that's good. 15 million is well worth its weight in gold for a goalkeeper like this, even at 33 years old. Goalkeepers can go until they're like 37, 38 now. The age isn't an issue for me. He is a solid goalkeeper that will help us in the here and now, and that's the most important thing for me. Now, one thing I will say as well in regards to Nick Pope is that we should be doing this anyway, is that we should be getting a very, very solid number 2, because he is liable to miss a couple of games a season. And I always know this, because I always know when Newcastle are playing and you see Dubravka in there, or previously before that when they had him, Carl Darlow, it's like, well, where's Nick Pope? But he has had 2 shoulder injuries, but they're very far apart, as you can see on the screen here. The first one was 18-19. By the way, when he came back off that shoulder injury, moved out. Who was in goal for Burnley then? Heaton, Joe Hart, and there was another goalkeeper, because there was like 4 goalkeepers there, and he just moved them out and became the number 1 when he came back from that surgery. Recently had surgery in shoulder injury in 23-24, but came back for a solid season last year as Newcastle secured Champions League football. So, and then there's other things. He'll miss out a few games here and there through the season, and that's why it's important anyway that we get 2 solid goalkeepers. You make him your number 1, and then you get in a real good backup. We were going to have to do that anyway, but with Nick Pope, you're going to have to get him. Now, does this concern me? It doesn't concern me because I look at it much like the Liverpool and Alisson situation. Alisson misses games every single year, which is, for a goalkeeper, I said it yesterday, it's a bit like why does a goalkeeper miss so many games? But Liverpool wouldn't swap him in his prime, even though he's going to miss games because they know what they're going to get from him when he plays. And it's much the same like Nick Pope will be for us if we were to get him. So for me, 33 years old Nick Pope, if he's the number one, I'm sleeping well at night. I don't have to worry about anything once he's in goal. I'm good with it. He would be a solid choice for me. But what say you people? Let me know in the comments. Now, just a quick note on Gus Hamer, as interest is ramping up from other Premier League teams as well, including Everton. One of the things we're saying, but we might need more Premier League experience in there, to go along with Ampadu and Tanaka. Well, he's got a Premier League season under his belt. And unlike other midfielders that we could be signing from outside the Premier League, he's already been there and done it. And the thing is, for me, is if you watch him play on a consistent basis, you can see he's a Premier League player already. He was just happened to be in the Championship this season because no one else took a punt on him, and also because he promised Chris Wilder after the whole Leeds debacle that he would stay for the year, which a lot of people forget as well. But for me, this is another one. If there's going to be a bidding war for him, we need to get in there as soon as possible before he can get there. And we also need Gus to say, much like his friend Jaden, I want the Leeds move. And then that will make it much easier when it comes to negotiations and we can get him in. This is just a player that you want in the squad, man, for so many reasons. And I do hope that Leeds United, this is the one of the reports that I hope is true, because I see a lot of qualities that will translate to what we're going to be doing in the Premier League. And it makes sense as well in a Daniel Farke system where work rate is kind of essential as well. I think Farke would absolutely love Gus Hamer in the team. So hopefully this is one where we get some new links and some news upcoming about Hamer coming to Leeds, because otherwise it will be one of our bottom of the table rivals like at Everton or someone like that. I even throw Fulham in there as well for some reason. I don't know why I see Fulham. Maybe even Brentford as they're retooling. Maybe they could look at him too. But I do see other clubs getting involved in this one. So please, if he's going to be one of the targets, let's get this one done. Graham Bailey, who obviously, as everyone knows, hit and miss, but he reported recently about Mateo Joseph is likely to leave Leeds United in the summer. Leeds looking for a new number 9, and his chances could be limited in the Premier League. And the only reason why I bring this up is because I've kind of already touched on this previously, because I've spoken to Mateo recently, and there is an element of truth in this. And he's also added as well that there's a couple of Spanish clubs involved in there, Getafe, Girona, and Real Betis have still got their long-standing interest, but of course, as we know, Strasbourg were interested. And for me, it's just a case of what is this deal going to be? Is this going to be a loan out? Would Mateo prefer to leave permanently? Would the club prefer him to loan out and then see what his value is next summer? Because I do believe with every fiber in my being that if he gets loaned out to either League One or La Liga, he's going to have a much better year than he did last year. He'll be a year older, a year more mature, being climate stat suiting better as well. And I think that he will thrive in those situations. I really do. And whatever Leeds could be looking at now, whether it be 10 to 15 million, you can add on extra cheese on that come next summer if he performs the way I believe he will. So it's going to be interesting to see where this one goes. But I do envision Mateo leaving. It's just a case of, is it going to be loan or is it going to be permanently? So that is it for the video, people. Please give me your thoughts on anything discussed. I feel like I've given a real detailed, breakdown of Nick Pope in this video. So let me know your thoughts. Like the video before you go. Free to do, helps out the channel. If you want to donate via super thanks, it really does help out the channel. Thank you to Mr. P for doing so in the last video. And salute to all members of the channel. Thank you for that support. It really does go a long way. And if you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.